So anyway, I want to obviously thank Andrea for this, fortuitous connection. I believe, Daniel, you and your organization have some important findings regarding the Torah code. As you know, I discovered within using the Torah code my own KLYSTAR Prophecy, which I guess you've seen already, and that's why you connected. So why don't I let Andrea just introduce you, and then perhaps I believe she's also going to act as translator for both of us, since I know no Spanish, and I think your English is, but anyway, Andrea, I'll let you take the stage.
Okay, so just to make like a quick introduction. Hola Daniel, es un placer conocerte por video. I said it's a pleasure to meet him finally on video because it's first time we're talking to. I first knew about Daniel because I watched him and his team of researchers on an interview on the Spanish TV channel. And I found it very interesting because they were talking about how they use computer technology in order to decode the Torah. Now, I am not a techno expert, so if you ask me about his research, I let him talk by himself because literally wouldn't be good explaining him. But I found it very interesting, and since Leong has also worked a lot with the Torah, he has this prophecy he decoded himself about the KLYSTAR divine mission. And so I first shared Daniel's interview online on Facebook, and he reached out to me. And so he told me that Daniel has kept working on his investigation with his team, and that they found something new or something that they would like to present to you or talk to you about. So that's why we're all here today. So Daniel, if you want to introduce yourself or anything, I'm here with you. I can talk both languages at the same time. I've done this already, so it's fine.
Yeah, from Daniel start, I want to apologize for all that noise. That's my two parrots who's trying to get in on the conversation. So my apologies on the parrots.
Okay, well, no problem. But in English or in Spanish, what is the best way, Andrea?
You can speak English, that would be best for me.
Okay, English, but if you have
English, that would be best. Yes.
Si tienes alguna duda o dudas, me lo dices en español y te lo digo en el momento. Pero
vale, perfecto. Bueno, Leon, that investigation started at 4 years ago, okay? One day when I went to Guillermo's house, I told him if Torah, that is Torah, okay, it will be computer code. Because during years ago, okay, Jewish people, Judíos, has been a copy its Torah exactly, okay?
Yeah.
When take only one error, okay, he's delayed all Torah, okay? It's not valid. Okay? Yeah. It's not in Jewish say kosher, apto,
yeah.
Okay? And I thought in it will be computer code, okay? When you write computer code, if you have only one error, the code is invalid. Okay.
Correct.
And it's and that's that's day with a pencil and calculator, we found a code. How we did that? In Hebrew, its character has a numerical value. Okay, for example, the first character is the correct. It's not letters. It's say characters. Jewish characters. For example, Aleph is 1. Bet is 2. Gimel is 3. This is not new. Okay, this is gematria. Gematria has been used from centuries. Okay, and we thought how we can get numerical values from the Torah. Okay, the method is we get the total value from each word of the Torah, okay, adding the single value of each character from the word, okay? We have, for example, the first word in the Torah is Bereshit, at the coming in English. Bereshit has the numerical value is 1913. 1913. Okay. This is no, for us, this is no a news. Okay. This value is some conocido during years ago.
Understand.
What is the new? The new is we take the decimal number, translate into binary code.
Binary code. 0
yes.
and 1.
Okay.
Decimal number to binary number. Okay. When we take decimal number from the word, from each word, and translate to binary, we get 101010. Okay. Okay. What we do after that? We paint in a paper. In a paper. One is black square.
Yeah.
0 is a white square. We get say in programmatic bitmap.
Yeah.
We get a bitmap.
Yeah.
What happened? When we start to get binary code translate to bitmap, we can get in pixels.
Yeah.
Aleph Lamed is saying this is the name of the God from Hebrews. From Elohim,
Yeah.
Aleph Lamed in pixels. Okay, in pixels.
How much of the how much of the text did you have to create that word? Was the first page 10 pages?
Yes. We start at the beginning with the first text.
¿Qué cantidad de texto utilizasteis para solo sacar eso?
4 words.
Only
4
4
words. The
4
first
words, yes. The first 4 words from the Torah. We get El. Right. We say is the sign of God. La firma, the digital sign of God.
Very impressive.
At the beginning. And when we start to get some code, some words, we saw that the code, it's say, to complete them, we need to take a mirror. Okay? Image from the Torah. To complete them, we need a mirror, to use a mirror. Yes. Why? In engineering, informatics is one form of to compress the information. Okay? Why? We need the middle of the total of pixels of information of bytes to get the information. If I say you that you need to use a mirror to complete the image, okay, it's a smart way to get information. What we do
Leonardo, you know that Leonardo da Vinci, the great Leonardo, one of the greatest inventor of the time, actually wrote in reverse the code.
Es Da Vinci.
So,
hacía lo mismo, escribía al revés.
So it is actually
claro.
That Leonardo da Vinci, the great Neo, actually used. So I understand.
Lo pilla.
Sí. Before that, we need to get a scientific explication to do that methodology. We use the mirror, okay? And we do them. We take the numerical values from Fibonacci sequence 1, 2, 3, 5, and we take the characters from the first words in the Torah, Bereshit, okay? Take the character Bet, Reish, Aleph, and the next word is, I forget, I saw is Yud. Be Ray in Hebrew is with the mirror. It's incredible. It's incredible. With the mirror. Say is the key to develop all code in the Torah with the mirror. And we say,
espera, eso estaba escrito, eso lo ponía en lo que sacaste.
Sí, eso está escrito, te lo explico en español. Nosotros cogimos la secuencia de Fibonacci, el valor 1, 2, 3 y 4 y 5 de la primera palabra de la Torah, Bereshit. Entonces nos marcaba, cogiendo la B, la R, la Reish, y la Yud, Berrei, que significa in the mirror en inglés. Es como la clave para desencriptar todo.
Y eso lo ponía escrito ahí, lo del espejo lo ponía escrito ahí, o sea,
Sí,
lo
claro.
que has explicado antes, que era tal, casi como que
de hecho, si puedo compartir pantalla, ¿se puede?
Sí, yeah, no, I was just making sure I understood that. Can you let him share the screen? He wants to.
Yes. A ver, un segundo. Yes, it's the best way, yes. ¿Cómo se comparte pantalla aquí, Andrea?
En el botón verde.
Vale, sí. Pone que habilítalo, Andrea.
Ahora deberías poder hacerlo.
Vale, a ver. Ahora, vale, perfecto.
So he was saying that even inside the Torah, they explained that if you use the mirror, you have the key to develop all the secret codes.
I know what he said, yeah. So the Torah itself actually, the message tells you to use the reflection.
Yeah.
That is
gematria. Da Vinci wrote his code in reverse in the mirror, so it is a well-known practice for decoding messages.
Okay, we start that. First one, Aleph, value number 1, Bet 2. Okay, this is gematria. This is during years, centuries ago. Okay, this is not. We don't do that.
This is quite common.
We didn't do that.
Yeah, the numeric values for each of the Torah number. That's
Okay.
It's like
gematria
the
and the next
letters for numbers. You know, the X for 100, whatever. So
the next path is that gematria value from the first word of the Torah, Bereshit, at the beginning. Okay, Bet, Reis, Aleph, Shim, Yud, Tav. The total value is 1913. Okay. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913. 1913
Can you
For
show that
example,
page? Yeah.
144, okay, in bitmap.
Yeah.
And we start to do that.
Can you
Okay.
show that bitmap image?
Yes,
Oh, I see
yes.
your table. Yeah. If you can show that bitmap image, it'd be nice to look at it.
Yes. The first 4 words from the Torah.
Yeah.
Aleph at the right and Lamed.
Oye, no,
Andrea, ¿se ve bien?
Yeah, we don't see that image.
veo la
Could you show-
primera imagen que pusiste, pero no he visto ninguna otra más.
Ah, vale, vale. Espera un segundito, porque voy a poner ahora.
Sigo en la misma imagen.
Ah, vale, vale, espera. Ah, porque. Ah, vale, vale, sí, porque estoy compartiendo otra cosa. Vale, vale. Ahora, mira, un segundito. Vale, aquí. Vale, ahora.
Yeah.
Sí.
Now we see it. Yeah.
Okay, está en inglés. It's in English. Okay.
All right. Yeah. We have
Plate
great-
of the analysis. Okay.
Yeah.
The first 4 words of the Torah.
Yeah.
Bereshit bara Elohim et.
Yeah.
It's we get Aleph and Lamed
Mm.
is El. When we start to get some code from the Torah, we can get a mirror, a middle image. We need to use a mirror. Okay. The mirror is the first experiment, but we have, for me, the best experiment is the second. Okay, with we using the Fibonacci sequence. Okay, how will we do that? First word of the Torah, Bereshit.
Yeah.
The first value from the Fibonacci sequence is 1 bit,
Yeah.
2
See?
rates, Aleph 3,
Yeah.
and Yud 5.
Yeah.
Result, Be Rei in the mirror.
Wow.
Conclusion, both experiments leave no room for doubt.
Yeah.
That is the result. How we can do them. That is the result from the 6th paragraph, the 6th paragraph from the Torah. Okay, from Bereshit to I
But
forget
that is the
the
Genesis.
last. I forget the last.
Is that the first 6 paragraph from Genesis in the beginning?
Yes, it's from Genesis. Yes, the
Yeah.
6. Yes, we can get that pictures.
Okay.
What we get? Aleph, Lamed. That is who say el Ark of Covenant, el
Yeah.
Arca de la Alianza, Ark of
Oh.
Covenant in
Yeah,
pixels.
the Ark of Covenant. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Temple of Solomon in digital pixels. It's amazing.
Okay.
Wow.
We can get the Sefirot inside the map of the Temple of Solomon.
Yeah.
The temple is the same. So it's the same. Isaac Newton design. No, Isaac Newton, no, Solomon. Sí, Isaac Newton designed this plan to do the third temple, el tercer templo, para construir el tercer templo. To build the third temple plans from Isaac Newton. Similar that we get in pixel from the Torah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And now we can get, for me, is the top. The top. The garden, when God say, let the land sprout with vegetation, every sort of seed-bearing plant and trees that grow seed-bearing fruit.
Yeah.
We can get that picture. It's a similar look like a Nintendo. Nintendo in the 80s. But it's the same. Okay, it's the same. It's a tree. We can get tree. When God say, I'm going to do the tree, we can get a digital tree. 3 pixel. This is Ben Gurion. The first one say God said, the Lord God made all kinds of tree grow, etc., etc. Then the Lord planted in a garden in the Eden in the east, and there he placed the man he had formed.
Yeah.
And we can get image similar to the face from Ben Gurion. Why? Why Ben Gurion? Ben Gurion was the first man in a new era from Israel in 1948. The first man que ha construido that built the new state from Israel. It's similar to Adam, to the first one, man in the world. Yeah, look like in digital.
Yeah, very, very, yeah.
One moment. Wow, the Pharaoh. Wow, spectacular, spectacular. When Pharaoh say to you, perform a miracle, then say to Aaron, take your staff and throw it down before the Pharaoh, and it will become a snake. We can get that incredible image. It's a Pharaoh in digital with a the mode of spike. The Pharaoh is that. It's incredible. The text, it's the same of we can get in digital code. It's the same. Incredible, incredible. Increíble.
Yeah. He said it's unbelievable.
Andrea, ¿lo ves bien?
Yeah. Sí.
So Daniel, may I ask a question? Obviously, you made a selective decoding of relevant section, obviously in the Genesis and in the Exodus. But
yes,
were you selective in what you decoded, or have you decoded the entire Torah?
We decode entire Torah, okay? With por favor, a ver si puede traducirme esto, Andrea. One professor from University of Columbia take in contact with us. He did automatic program to decode all Torah. We have decode all Torah now, but in the past we do at handwrite without computers.
Well, the reason why I'm asking this, Daniel, is again, I'm just playing the devil's advocate. Okay, so obviously, as you know, I'm an experimental physicist, so I always think is
we
based
select
on all your complete decoding of the Torah. Obviously, you selected these various examples.
Yes.
Is there other examples, or is the other 99.999% of the Torah do not show anything? So are you being selective? Like, you know, the argument people say is if you look at a cloud, you can see anything. You can see a horse head, you can see Christ. So the argument is always like that. So what I'm trying to say is, are you, because this is kind of a question that people are going to ask, are you being selective in what you are? You see, obviously the Torah is millions of words, millions of characters. So there's chances that you're going to see some similarities between. But are there a more examples, or the Torah contains, or are you being too selective? That's the argument. So that's the question that'll be asked you.
Yes, good question. I understand all. And it's a good question because why we can get that paragraph, okay? That paragraph. Because they are the most important paragraph in the Torah. For example, the Pharaoh, when Moses was in front of the Pharaoh, the next one is Moses opened the sea, the Red Sea, and another one. What happened? Yes, we can get all images from the Torah, all code. What happened? Not in all paragraph we can get image. They are a noise image. We say what is, I don't see anything
noise.
that,
Yeah,
okay,
noise. Yeah,
but maybe in the future some paragraph can take significant. That is for some paragraph are describing in the future situations, future moment, then in the future the image take sentido. Okay, but not now.
Claro,
yeah.
te
No,
refieres
I totally understand where you're coming from. Like I said to you, it's like anything. When you like SETI, for example, SETI is to search for extraterrestrial for signals from, for outer space of alien signals. Okay, so it's not like you're gonna pick up a mobile phone and speak to an alien. Say, hello, are you an alien from Sagittarius constellation? That's not how they're information, right? Most of the radio wave that we're picking up is just static. So what scientists look for is just a note, just basically a communication pulse that cannot be artificial, that is beyond the statistical noise. And that's how they, as you know, the SETI project found a wild signal. And they're trying to find other wild signal, which basically said, is this possibly a communication from alien sources? So again, so that is the argument that, of course, you're not going to decode the Torah like see like a cartoon book, like you see that. Of course not. So a lot of the pixelation is just like SETI. Most of it is background noise. So what you're looking for is the prominent non-statistical data, which basically cannot be just random. So just like the SETI basically finds a signal, which is 6 sigma, which they say this cannot be random. This has to be a signal. Obviously, they do not know what the signal is. They're alien, is it a reflection from whatever, but it is not artificial. It is a real signal from somewhere. Well, similarly, I understand what you're saying. You're saying, obviously, you're going to decode the whole book. So, of course, you're not going to see it. Most of it's going to be background noise, of course. And the prominent, and the reason why I'm so agreeing with you is the prominent images you have found is in Genesis, which is in the beginning, and in Exodus, which is when Pharaoh Moses takes the children to Promised Land. Those are the two most important. The reason why I say they're most important, as you know, if you read my KLYSTAR Prophecy, which is decoded. Now that decoding is using the Bible code, as you know, which was a mathematical code developed in 1994 by a team of mathematicians, and that's the code I use. And that's the code that I use that found this KLYSTAR decoded. Twice is in the Torah. Only twice it appears. And guess what? The 2 times it appears in the Torah is exactly where you found it. It appears for the first time in Genesis. And the second time it found it in Exodus. Therefore, it is perfect decoding. So again, this I did not make up. If I was writing a Hollywood movie script, then I will make this up. But I did not make this up. This was actually in the mathematical algorithmic code. And within the Torah, it found KLYSTAR. When I say found, KLYSTAR was associated with God twice in the Torah, only twice. One in Genesis, which is where you found the code, the pixelated images of the tree. And the second time in Exodus, where again, you found the pixelated code for the Pharaoh, the message. So I don't think that's coincident. Now, if you're a mathematician, you could calculate the probability, which will be probably several trillions and trillions of probability between your decoding, which is using a different type of mathematical coding, and the Bible code, which, as you know, is based on an equal distance of characters. And to me, it would be literally trillions and trillions of probability that both those codes found, in your case, a pixelated image. In my case, using the Bible code, the actual word KLYSTAR next to God in both Genesis and in both Exodus. So I am convinced that based on what you said, that those two in Bible code, Genesis and Exodus, are the most important, because in the beginning it says the beginning, and Exodus is the end. The middle is where we, humanity, fills in, and we cannot predict the future. But where it began and where it ends, God is telling us what is the start and what's the beginning, and is allowing the rest of humanity to basically decode its own destiny. That's how I interpret it, read it. So yeah, so it is amazing. And as a scientist, I don't believe in, well, someone just told me that. I believe in the equation. I believe in numeric values. I understand what you do. So those are numbers, equation, and as you know, I claim to have logically defined and experimentally proved the existence of God.
Yes.
Again, mathematics through equation, which you can then compare with numeric measurement, observation as well, dark energy, dark matter. And that's how I convince myself that my scientific definition of God is the right path. And the fact that the KLYSTAR is also embedded, decoded within the Torah, has convinced me absolutely that that's the divine path and the correct path that we're moving. And basically what you're presenting reinforces what I already, quote, knew.
Leong.
So I'm excited. I'm like, this is absolutely amazing. And, you know, and moving forward, there's a couple of things. Number one, is it okay if I make this recording public? Because I want to share it to the world, just this very important information. So if that's okay, then I will make this public and I will send it to some prominent people
for the humanity
that will find this absolutely amazing. So thank you for giving me this. So I will make this public in that case. And then number two, I really want to move forward and collaborate on this. In my case, the merging of religion and science. You know, so we're using science, we're using mathematical to decode religious significance, code from within. So I want to collaborate further with you and basically maybe write a scientific paper, a mathematical paper, just like the Bible code is a mathematical code, and interpret how these two codes, both the mathematical algorithm developed for the Bible code in 1994, which I was not obviously an author of, that's someone else, and basically your decoding using your numeric values and then binary coding it and then pixelating the image and see what image comes out of it. So I would like us to maybe collaborate and write a white paper, a scientific paper that we can publish and let the world know these amazing scientific discovery. Okay,
Leon, for me and for my friend, that is the more important discover in the world, to have a scientific proof of God existence.
Excellent.
Why? Skeptical people said me, that is not simply image. You see, pareidolia. You say the translate to English, pareidolia.
Oh, no sé lo que es.
Vale, mira, te enseño lo que es. Por ejemplo, it's like a test de Rorschach.
Vale, no estoy viendo tu pantalla, sigo en
Sí, un segundillo que voy a... One second, please. One moment. Vale, mira. Skeptical people say that we get that Rorschach test.
Yeah.
Okay, skeptical people say.
Yeah,
What happened? Sí, skeptical people say. What happened is impossible because the image we can get from the Torah, the digital image we can get from the Torah, is connected with the text. It's impossible Okay, it's not aleatory. It's not. I say, no, it's not aleatory. They are an intentionality in each image we can get. For me, they are another pictures that for me is amazing. Is when God say, "Open the sea, Moses, open the sea," and we can get that, Leon. We can get that. One moment, please. One moment, please.
So Daniel, no, I understand where you're coming from, and I'm 100% convinced because, again, not just by what you said, but by the mathematical code you've shown me. All right, as a scientist, that's what I believe. All right, I believe in the. Of course, I'm not yet, but I assume you've done those calculations right. So of course, so that's what makes me a believer. It's the fact that you use mathematics. Okay, it's not why you say, "Oh, believe me, Leon." No, I'm not believing you. I'll believe in the math. If the math is what's telling me, then as a scientist, as a technologist, that's what I believe in. And I'm seeing the numerical value of what you say. So I'm totally convinced by the math. Okay. That's
you don't believe believe in me. You need to believe in the code that
I believe in what you're showing, the mathematical
Hebrew code.
Yeah, exactly. And you're absolutely right. The Torah, because I'm going to show this public. So to those that are unaware, the Torah has remained unchanged for at least 3,500 years. Now, why do they know that? Well, because the Dead Sea Scroll, which is 2,000 years old, and they discovered Silver Scroll, which is about 3,600 years. They found excerpt of the Torah written in those scrolls, which matches exactly, character for character, what is in the present Torah. So unlike the New Testament or all the other Bibles, whatever, which have changed based on translation, Torah
only
has
one Torah,
totally unchanged for over 3,600 years. In fact, the people, the scribes that write the Torah, they're actually called, believe it or not, counters. So they're not called scribe. They're called counters. The reason why they're called counters is because they literally count every character that they duplicate when they copy a Torah from one copy to another Torah. Therefore, as you said, rightly said, in a computer code, if you just change one single character, one single numeric value, the whole code will completely collapse. That's why this can only work if that code that was originally coded has remained completely unchanged, which is the Torah has remained unchanged for basically over thousands of years. No other Bible, whereas the Bible, the other Holy Scripture, like even the New Testament, the scholars would tell you over 20% of the New Testament is actually different to when it was actually written, because different New Testament, whether it's the King James version or Oxford or whatever version, has reinterpreted the wording in a different way. So if you try to do the same decoding using the New Testament, it depends on which version of New Testament
we can do that.
You will get different results, basically.
New Testament, what is the first copy for New Testament? They're not.
Yeah, it's not because 20% of it's already changed. So that's literally thousands and thousands of characters changed. So you cannot use it. So that's why I understand where you get, and that's why I'm emphasizing this, because I obviously want to show this recording to people. So, and that's why I asked those questions of you, because I know people are going to ask those same questions, and that's why I want you to get a chance to answer those questions as well. So this is extremely exciting. So Daniel, I really, well, Andrea, I'm so excited for you to connect this, and I'm so excited to, because I was not certain of what the Torah code, whether you use the same mathematical code that was developed in 1994, but you're using a different code. That's what makes me so excited, is that you're using a different mathematical coding and interpretation, but you're getting the same answer, the same result within that comes out of both the Genesis and Exodus, which matches exactly the KLYSTAR prophecy.
Yes,
Amen.
and more, eh?
And more, of course. This is just the beginning.
Yes, this is the beginning. I think in the future when we take a super computer, supercomputer and artificial intelligence, okay, we can get some information. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we can get in the future, imagine we can get the form to contact with God.
Yeah.
In digital.
Oh yeah. No, I arrogantly said it won't be in my lifetime.
Bro, it's a crazy idea. It's a crazy idea.
But what I always tell Andrea is future humanity will build a mobile phone to God. That's how I interpret it. All right. It'll be long before I'm around, of course, but
Leong,
that's how I interpret it. That's where God is leading us to. Basically allowing humanity to develop, advance itself, to explore the outer stars in a spirit, both as aliens and angels, and ultimately be able to communicate directly to God.
Yeah.
So again, we're on the same page. Technology will lead humanity to that divinity, technology.
Leong.
And that's why the one God, one religion is the merger of science and religion. That is the true path.
Yes.
That is to go. So I'm super excited. So Daniel, I'm gonna, because you're so excited, I want you to give me your email address because I'm gonna send you.
I want to show you the last image. I want to show you the last image. Okay. Yeah. is quickly.
Yeah, sure.
No, it's very exciting.
I'm going to show you. And Hashem said unto Moses, he treat 2 tablets of stone like unto the first. Yeah. And I will write upon the tablets the words that were on the first tablet. We show this brick, and we get so that Moses with 2 tables in the hand, similar to the text. ¿Lo veis, Andrea?
Sí. Yeah.
Y también hay profecías, por ejemplo.
Prophecies, he says.
Sí, hay profecías, por ejemplo, estas son más controvertidas, ¿no? Porque dice, creeréis en dioses extraños.
You will believe in strange gods.
Y aparece un señor, un hombre en la cruz y la Meca.
And there appears a man in the cross and also the Mecca.
Es como si está diciendo, estas religiones son, vamos, es comprometido, ¿eh? Estas religiones son falsas, ¿vale? It's a fake religion.
He's being careful on what he says, but because he thinks that it's kind of suggesting that these other religions are like distorted or not as truthful. Well, that's his interpretation, of course.
Well, I'm very public, as I mentioned, as Andrea knows, I'm very public. I believe that religion, established religion, has been corrupted by, not by God, but by humanity, so I'm pretty blunt about that. This is the reason why literally millions have been slaughtered in the name of God. And I said, you cannot blame God. God did not murder millions. God did not rape millions. God did not ruin the entire economy, $1 trillion. That is down to humanity. That's down to men. That's down to corrupt men. Okay, so I'm very confident about it. I'm like I said to you, that's why we need this new, well, put it bluntly, to base religion that based on knowledge and truth, not on another person's interpretation of what they perceive as, that's led us down the wrong path. To be honest with you, humanity now believe what's on their iPhone, on their app. So as the saying goes, is Muhammad's not going to go to a mountain, we have to move the mountain to Muhammad. Okay, so people like you, people like me are saying, all right, don't follow man. Do not follow Dr. Leong Ying. Do not follow Daniel Rios. Do not follow Andrea Wen. Follow the mathematics. Follow Daniel's mathematics. Follow Dr. Ying's scientific proof. Follow that. The knowledge and truth is uncorruptible because those do not come from us. All right? We are corruptible. We 3 human beings here are totally corruptible. Okay? But the mathematics, 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay,
Yeah.
that's simple. That's it. Okay, it's uncorruptible. Okay, 2 and 2 is not 5, 8, whatever. 2 and 2 is 4. It's that simple. Okay, E equals MC squared. It's that simple. E equals MC squared is uncorruptible. Okay, it is E equals MC squared. Now, for the real physicists out there, oh no, it's not really. I know there's a momentum C squared. All right, so before I get hashed by any real physicist, I'm aware that E equals MC squared has a relativistic component to it as well. So, but anyway,
Leon,
yeah.
in 1974, Carl Sagan sent to space with the NASA with a Arecibo telescope that digital message from the space to space. Okay.
I know.
Similar that the image we get. Mathematics and science is
correct.
The language of God. Uncorruptible. You have said perfect.
Yeah.
The last image is not from the Torah. It's from the Tanakh, from prophet, desde los profetas, Andrea, que no es de la Torah, es de que hemos probado a extraer también imágenes de los textos de Zacarías, ¿vale? Que son los profetas.
They have also tried to get pictures from other texts apart from Torah, like these texts from the prophets of Zacharias. Zacharias. So this is the last image he will show us.
All right.
They are an interesting paragraph in Zacharias that describe similar to atomic holocaust. Okay, atomic destruction. And when we can get that dangerous image, one moment, please. That is the dangerous image. What we can get from this? Maybe.
Seguimos viendo la de la NASA.
Cierto, un segundito.
Okay.
Vale, aquí. That is Zacarías 14, Zacarías. We can get that dangerous image. If we apply color from image, color, one moment. ¿Lo veis ahora, Andrea?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now we can see it.
Okay. Nuclear radiation.
Yeah.
A rocket. And say calavera in English.
Skull.
Bones. Eso es skull, yeah.
Skull.
And a mem. What are describing in Zacarías? In Zacarías, describing atomic destruction in the future. When? No se sabe.
Well, that's why in my KLYSTAR Prophecy, and we're having a conference, Andrea's having a conference next Sunday, is on the universal exploration. So the wise one, the stupid one, and regrettably, and I know this is going public, but regrettably, there are a lot of stupid, racist people on this planet, okay? So I'm making that publicly known. I don't think that's a genius saying that. I think a lot of people know there are a lot of stupid, racist people in this world, okay? All right, so for all you watching it, that's stupid and racist, I'm talking to you, okay?
Andrea.
Those stupid, racist people will indeed do what you just said in that image. They will bring total annihilation of this planet. That's why in the KLYSTAR Prophecy, which is in Exodus, will lead man, and part of the conference that Andrea put in exploration, universal exploration, as I said to you, the wise one, the people who are not racist, who are wise and smart, will escape this planet, as I define the word aliens as an extraterrestrial. Those wise ones will explore the outer stars beyond this limited earth, okay? And they will then evolve also to explore the inner spirit, which I define as the angel, which allows the angel to then transcend onto these multidimensional, as I mentioned, to you mirror this is the thing that makes it even, as you know, my scientific discovery in finding God is the twin universe, the mirror, which is exactly how your decoding is based on the
mirror.
code. So everything is perfect match to to my twin universe, to my scientific discovery of God, to your mathematical decoding method. Okay, so for that, the decoding says that humanity, the wise one, the smart one, the ones who are not racists, will evolve to a higher form of aliens and explore the outer stars. And those then will evolve further to angels and will allow them to transcend the multidimensional. In this twin universe, it's actually 10 dimensions, which is similar to the string theory, which the basic string theory also has 10 dimensions. Okay, so that is what the KLYSTAR prophecy is all about. And the fact that you're all seeing this same interpretation using a different mathematical decoding is reinforcing that what we are going down through science and through religion is the right, correct, divine path. Okay, so I'm super, super excited. So Daniel, what I do is I'm going to post this publicly. I'm going to connect with you, and I suggest we write a joint white paper, which I like to publish, and then we write a more technical scientific paper with equations, with mathematical coding that we will submit to, either mathematical, because this is basically, so like the 1994, they submit to a mathematical journal, so we'll do the same thing. Okay, Daniel? So it is a very exciting path. So I wanted us to get this information, this very, very important information out to the rest of the world. Okay, so thank you. So Daniel, make sure you give me your email, your contact information, okay? We can start the communication. Yeah.
Leon, sorry to interrupt you. I believe Daniel wanted to say something before also. Like he hadn't finished, so.
Tradúceme un poquito, Andrea, a lo último.
Pero en español y dale, venga.
Vale.
Okay.
León, muchísimas gracias por todo. Estamos ante el descubrimiento. Voy a ser humilde, pero esto es un descubrimiento para toda la humanidad.
This is a discovery for the entire humanity.
Esto es, no se puede modificar, esto estaba ahí, esto es un mensaje que Dios... Esto es un mensaje que Dios hace 3000 años para ahora.
God gave to us 3000 years ago for humanity to see now.
Este es el momento, nosotros hemos descubierto que hay imágenes, pero estamos seguros que hay mucho más.
This is a moment when we have just discovered that there are images and pictures there, but we are sure that there's much more in there.
Esto lo tiene que conocer toda la humanidad y se tiene que publicar en una revista científica.
The entire humanity should be aware of this, and this should get out there, and this should be published in magazines and papers for everybody to know about this.
Y también que le voy a pasar todo para toda la difusión gratuita, por supuesto, de todo, ¿vale? Toda nuestra...
All the materials for free of all of our research for you to promote it globally. I'm going to give it to you entirely for free. He will send you everything. So you can put it out around the world.
Yes. Okay.
I intend to do that.
Eso es lo que planea hacer.
Vale.
Right. So thank you. So,
Daniel, ahora te digo una cosa, ¿sabes qué? Well, I'm going to say it in English. Leon, wait, I want to say something to Daniel in English. I appreciate that he has shown us all of this. Aprecio mucho y agradezco que nos hayas enseñado todo esto. Es muy emocionante. It's amazing. A ver, lo voy a decir en inglés y luego en español. But you know that the KLYSTAR mission, KLYSTAR is our foundation. Its mission is to the unification of religion and science, just because we believe this is the path to really enlighten humanity for a better future. I mean, if we pay attention to these things, we could find that harmony. And we believe that these scientific discoveries really, truly helps humanity in a transcendent way. Lo que te quiero decir es que el mismo objetivo de nuestra fundación es dar a conocer al mundo este tipo de ciencia, porque de verdad creemos que esto de verdad puede ayudar a la humanidad de una manera trascendental a vivir en un mundo más armónico y de paz. Así que es lo que hacemos y por eso estoy muy contenta de haber tenido esta conversación. So I just wanted to say, Leong, that I am very happy to have this conversation with Daniel, because this is what we are dedicated to. This is our mission, promoting, talking about God. So that's it. We're going to keep staying in touch. Vamos a seguir en contacto.
Sure,
And
Daniel gave me his contact email information because I
absolutely.
want to send him
Yes.
some stuff right immediately.
I write.
So God bless you all.
Andrea.
So I will be getting this message out to the world immediately.